Right, and we are live. Hey everybody, I'm Stuart, and this is MLM for CEOs, the channel that is aimed at providing key insights to company owners operating within this lucrative multi-level marketing space. I'd like to take this time to thank our sponsors NetReady for making this episode possible. In this episode, we're going to be discussing part 2 of the top 10 anti-MLM comments. And here to help me through this and getting through all this information is a man with over 35 years experience in this industry. His name is Richard Sletcher. Richard, how's it going?
Yeah, nice to see you.
Good.
Nice to be back in the studio.
It's awesome. I'm going to get straight into the first question that keeps coming up. Is number 6, MLM reps are unpaid sales reps, not business owners.
Well, they're not unpaid because they're in commission.
Yeah.
So they're commission-only sales reps.
Sure, which is in the traditional sense,
Yeah.
This is what happens.
But I must be honest with you. Over the years, I've employed a lot of salespeople in various businesses. I had a big ad agency. Not in one of the companies that I ever had a sales rep in did I offer to pay him a 40% commission on every sale that went through the system.
Sure.
Now, if you have a look at most recognized MLM companies, you're getting anything between 20 and 40% on every sale. Now, that is the kind of profit margins that you get if you become a reseller for a wholesale company.
Yeah.
So if I were to resell musical equipment, I would buy it at a less 40 from the music shop and be able to make a 40% profit on everything I sell. Now, within the MLM space, the same deal. You're getting 20% normally in retail commission. You got some form of volume bonus, which takes you up to around 40%. So if you work hard, you're making 40%. There's no repping job that would pay you a salary and give you 40%. Where in the world would you find that? It doesn't exist.
Can you imagine it in the traditional business, someone giving away 40% of the sales?
And how does the boss treat the salesperson?
Yeah.
They give them a target.
Yeah.
If you hit the target, we'll give you this commission. Next year, what happens to the target?
Yeah, gets higher.
If you hit it, next year the target's up.
Yeah.
So if you want to make your bonus, you have to hit higher sales. And that's how sales reps work. Now, MLM is nothing like that.
Yeah.
So if you want to treat it like that, well, that's your prerogative. But that's not how it's built at all. It's built as a retail wholesale relationship between the supplier, which is the MLM company, and you as a reseller of that product.
Yeah.
And then what company says to you, listen, if you join, you can create your own team of salespeople, teach them how to sell the product and go out and generate yourself serious money. Nobody does that. So you cannot say that this is just glorified salesperson because it's not.
Yeah.
You know, this is a totally different animal.
Okay. Number 7, MLM businesses are unregulated. You have no way of knowing if they are fraud or not.
Look, that is true. Okay, so in most parts of the world, there's no regulations. And there's many people out there who do not realize that what they're doing is illegal.
Right.
So they think they're doing this right thing by making this a recruit-heavy business. And what they're seeing is the dollar signs, you recruit this many people and we're all going to make a lot of money. They don't understand the implications. So what you got to do before you join an MLM business is you've got to get yourself educated. You've got to understand what makes a good MLM business, what makes a bad one. What are the things to look out for when you're looking for an MLM business? You know, fall in love with the product. Is there retail commission? Is the product worth the money they're asking? You know, are they selling tins of canned Cape Town air for $300 a pop?
Yes.
Well, that's not good value.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
great business concept, by the way.
No, we need to get it. Okay, but the bottom line is that you need to make sure that the business you join intrinsically matches you as a person, matches your personality.
Yeah.
You love the product. You can make money selling the product. You believe in the product. It's well priced, and there's a compensation plan that has a big retail component plus some sort of leadership back end that you can actually build up in the business and really generate serious money.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, you know, where you're coming from on that front. That's where I would say that's the answer to that is you need to pick the right company.
Okay. MLM businesses damage relationships.
That is so true. Hey?
Yeah.
So what happens is a person recruits you.
Yeah.
And then they say to you, now what you do is you go and hit on your family and your friends. And you go out there and you're pounding your family and friends to pieces. And eventually they don't even want to talk to you because every time they see you, all you're doing is chirping about the product.
Yeah.
Now, there's two reasons for that. One, you are not taking any time to learn about the industry and you're just going and shooting from the hip. 2, the person who recruited you isn't training you.
Yeah.
Now, there's a really simple solution to this. You go out there and you buy a book from a guy called Eric Worre called GoPro.
Yep.
And you read that book and you apply his principles, because he teaches you how to, at any second, go out and find a lead that you can actually sell to or recruit without tapping into your friend and family network at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so my recommendation is, don't go and screw up your relationships.
Sure.
Go out there and be so successful that your family is asking you, damn, what are you doing? How do I also get in on the action here?
Yeah.
Don't go and approach your friends and family. You need to become professional enough so that you know how to connect with people outside of the space. And we're talking LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're talking in-person mechanisms.
Yeah.
And Eric Worre teaches you how to literally generate a lead in a moment. We sent a team of people out, as you know.
Yeah.
Within a couple of minutes, they generated 5 leads of people they could talk to.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And so it's, and using his technique. So get yourself educated and don't screw up your relationships, because you can.
Yeah.
And people do.
Yeah. Well said. Number 9 is MLM businesses are by definition pyramid schemes.
Well, no, they're not, because certainly I wouldn't be involved in a pyramid scheme. I don't get involved in things that are illegal. What a pyramid scheme is a mechanism which is recruit heavy, where the people at the bottom pay to be in and the people above earn money from their joining.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, that is totally illegal. You go to jail for that stuff. It's called a Ponzi scheme. It's called a pyramid scheme. And there's some very strict rules pertaining to that. Now, is it hierarchical in nature? It certainly is. So you have a person at the top of the network who has people below them doing some work, and they might be diamond leaders, and then you've got under them, you've got rubies, and there's more rubies than diamonds, and there's more team leaders than rubies, etc.
Sure.
And so it is hierarchical in nature, because what you need is leadership. But it's no different to any company. You know, in a normal company, you've got a chairman, then you've got the board of directors, then you've got the blue collar workers, and then you've got the customers at the bottom, and it's hierarchical in nature.
Yeah.
The difference with MLM, though, is anybody can join the business, and within a few short years, working hard, can rise to the top ranks. If you join a company, there's no ways that you can join as the sweeper and get to chairman.
Yeah.
The chances of that are 0 to nothing.
Yeah.
Whereas in MLM, you can actually rise to the top of the business purely by the sweat of your brow. You don't need a degree. You don't need an education. You don't need to be able to talk, be articulate in your speech. You can just rise to the top of the building through hard work and through reading books and through implementing strategies that are taught in this industry.
Okay. The last one here is MLM businesses operate like cults.
Look, from the outside looking in, that is an argument that could be made. But what happens is you've got 5 drivers in MLM. You've got your product, huge. And because the companies understand the importance of the product, they will spend an inordinate amount of time teaching you why this product is incredible. Now, if you're a company owner, wouldn't you like every single person in your organization and every single customer who comes across you to be so completely militantly involved and passionate about your product?
Of course.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So companies do that. They teach the people about every single aspect of their product till the people are just besotted with the product. The second thing is commissions. Now, if you can obviously create commissions, what happens is at the meetings, they will parade the guys who are earning the big money across the stage. And everybody's sitting there thinking, damn, if he can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
So there is that sense of awe that is in the audience with these people, and the guys earn big money. Hey, I've seen people sort of $1 million a month type incomes in the States. Then you've got your incentives, where people can get to travel all around the world, and they go off in their clique of all these leaders go off. And I mean, that can be considered, if you want, cult type scenario. Then you've got social, and 20% of your people are just driven by this desire to belong to something amazing. And because you've got a company that's generating huge money, has an incredible product, is taking people all around the world, it attracts a whole group of people who think, man, I want to be part of that.
Yep.
Okay? And your final thing is social. Now,
recognition.
Recognition.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of people crave recognition.
Yeah.
When we were running Acorn Kids, we found that recognition was one of the top drivers. People would come to the meetings to get a badge, to get a pat on the back, to walk across the stage and get a round of applause from everybody. So those things, if you look at it from the outside and you don't understand what's going on, you can think, oh, well, that looks like a cult. But when you get into the business, you realize it's not. It's recognizing people for the work they do. Wouldn't you like that in your own job?
Yeah, of course.
It's believing in your product, heart and soul. Wouldn't you like that in your own job?
Yeah.
It's having incentive travel that takes you around the world. Wouldn't you like to have that? It's being part of a team that you love being part of. When you get to work, it's like, wow, I can't believe how cool it is to be here.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want that?
Yeah.
And it's having a social strategy that helps other people, that is outward looking, that actually uplifts the community. Wouldn't you want to be part of that?
Yeah.
So in terms of it being a cult, that's an outside-in approach. But when you're inside it, you realize it's not a cult.
Yeah.
It's not some guy standing up praying and waving a cloth over your head and, making you give up your parents and become part of his harem. I mean, that's not what's happening here.
Yeah.
I don't know much about cults.
Yeah, wow.
Did that sound cultish?
It definitely did.
Okay. I don't know much about cults, but certainly this is not. It's a business, and where the company is doing everything in their power to try and keep you engaged.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Thank you so much, Richard. I think we addressed those comments. They are all valid comments, but it's seeing it from a different approach.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks so much for the time.
No problem.
Thank you for your time out there. Appreciate you joining us for this MLM for CEOs podcast. Please follow us on all of our channels. We're on LinkedIn, Spotify, as well as YouTube. Thank you to NetReady for sponsoring this channel. We'll see you next week. Cheers. Bye.